Hey all, it's Dinosa. It's about 12:10 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, and I need to get this done before I go to bed and a fun day of work. Um, I wanted to just touch on is I actually went out and saw the movie Rock of Ages. Now we all know that this was based on a Broadway play that was translated to movies, and I can tell you for some of the plays that I have seen that they've tried to do this, it's failed completely. It's very rarely as good as Broadway. I've never been to Broadway, but from what I heard from everyone say when they compare the two, it's usually not as good. And unfortunately, this one was not one of the films to break it loose. It was an enjoyable film. If you're especially into good music, there was a lot of good music, a lot of 80s pop, not pop, but 80s rock music, Bon Jovi, Poison, Motley Crue, just good bands, just overall good bands, good songs. Um, and what the whole movie was is just simply a story about a girl from Tulsa, Oklahoma comes out to LA to find her dream as a singer. And uh, they had a guy who was working at the bar called the Bourbon Room, which is I think is supposed to be the Rainbow Room in Los Angeles. I guess they just renamed it the Bourbon Room for the story's sake. But what happened was this guy was working at this bar, and the bar he was working at the bar, and he actually saw this girl, which is the blonde girl. She's really pretty, and I will have to attest even though the 80s are long gone, that she had that 80s hairstyle, which still to my days is wow. I don't know. It's just sometimes it could look really awesome on girls. And that's the advantage you girls have. Guys are a little harder. We're kind of stuck, either long or short. That's it. Um, and yeah, I know I've kind of been neglecting it, and I'm in an impasse on this one, but we'll see what I decide. But anyway, it's a typical story, fish out of water. A girl comes in from Oklahoma, tries to find her way in LA. And through this, you learn the story of this guy meeting this young girl, the bar owner, who plays by Alec Baldwin, having problems financially. And then you have the new guy, the English guy, Brand X, that all the TV is starting to push. And he was in Rock of Ages. I guess this guy somehow is big in England. He was funny, but I don't think he was like super funny. He's definitely stand out though. It's like you hear his voice, you hear everything, rock and roll baby, and all that. Yeah, he's quite stands out. But it's I don't know A-list material or even B-list. We'll see. Um, but the truth is, the real bottom line is that if Tom Cruise wasn't in this movie, with all of his stuff, if Tom Cruise wasn't in this movie would have been sucked. It would have been boring. Tom Cruise, the way he portrayed his character as like just a messed up rocker, he believed in all the hype and all that, and he did such a great job. He really pushed, he kind of tapped that rocker element. And pretty much all the stories we've ever heard, rockers just going crazy, doing stupid stuff, he did in this movie. Um, it was kind of funny. He was trying to be like Motley Crue one moment, then he's trying to be Bon Jovi, cowboy. I'm a cowboy. It was kind of funny. But then there's also this reporter, which ironically looks a lot like Nicole Kidman, with the curly blonde permed hair, which was Days of Thunderish. Which is interesting. I mean, what does Katie Holmes think about this? I was thinking about that when I saw this, going, ugh. If I was Katie Holmes, I'd be like, what the, huh? I mean, I know that hairstyle was big, but couldn't you pick a brunette? Couldn't you pick someone? Not someone that looks like your ex-wife. Oh well, she has her hundreds of millions shopping with Surrey and Beverly Hills. I guess, whatever. I don't know. But Tom Cruise basically saved the whole movie. The movie would just be extremely boring without him. But the one who really, the reason why he stole it wasn't just Tom Cruise. It was, hey man, That was the one thing that just made the movie really funny. Is this monkey called Hey Man, and you'll understand when you watch the movie about it. It's just basically they took this little bit from like I guess every which way but loose with Clyde the orangutan. He did everything the same. He drank, he flipped people off, he smacked people. And it wasn't like one of these outbreak monkeys or orangutans. This is one of the monkeys with like long teeth, like jaws, like they're like, and the teeth are like, I'm not kidding, like this long. It just is like, and it's wow. Um, and of course you have the sleazebag agents and everything. It was interesting stuff, and they somehow worked all these songs in together, and there were so many songs. But what they did do really great, and this is on a musical standpoint, is they mashed together songs that I never would have thought of mashing together, and they got a beat together that it just worked. It really did a good job. And on All Stars, it's like when they jumped around and playing different songs, it really did a good job. Oh, and I forgot Catherine Zeta-Jones is also in this, and her story is kind of funny. I'll leave that one quiet. It one's kind of obvious, but whipped cream and just leave it at that. The let's see. As far as the characters go, I don't know. I know Tom Cruise and I know Alec Baldwin. The other stars, I didn't really pay much attention to. The main blonde girl, she was definitely cute. No question about that. She was cute, and I don't know if she sung the role, but I want to say it's Carrie Underwood, but I did do the research. I didn't really even pay attention. The dude they got was just horrible. They could have picked anyone. I think. I don't know why Hollywood is trying to go for this. It may be just me. It just might be my mentality. This effeminate kind of guy that looks like a girl but supposed to talk like a jock, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but I guess I'm not sure where this came from. I mean, this has been a long time brewing. We're talking the Harry Potter movies. I'm actually no more I think about it, it's the English influence in Hollywood is because they found that and this is another reason is that Hollywood is more interested in hiring English actors for two reasons. One, they usually can get them cheaper. Two, they actually can pronounce and enunciate, I don't know, look at me, English. Whereas American actors, we do more slang. And picture this, look at all the major roles that are not girls. What do they go? Now the dude that they're playing, the new Superman, he's English. The Christian Bale, English. 300 with what's his name, Russell Crowe. He's Australian but technically English. And I think the main reason is that for some reason on the worldwide scale, the English dialect from England or the Australian dialect carries more believability, especially in American audiences, than an American speaking English. And I don't know. I mean, there's different degrees of English. There's like, how to put it? There's like Robert Pattinson English, and then there's this guy from the Rock of Ages, Brand X. I don't even know his name, but his long black hair, and he's like crikey. It's not even crikey. That's Australian. He's like rock and roll, baby, yeah, and you know that's his thing, and that's what it is, and it works for the role. But it's interesting how they keep going over to England, and I think that's just more of a financial reason. They just find out that English actors seem to generate more revenue than American actors. And the only thing American guy actors, the only thing they think they could do is G.I. Joe, Expendables. If it's anything drama related, they go England. Daniel Craig, England. Let's see. But then you look at history, I mean, you have Anthony Hopkins, Dennis Hopper. Actually, no, Anthony Hopkins, yeah, I believe he's English, but Dennis Hopper from Easy Rider, American. It doesn't work. I mean, for some reason, Americans got this stigma of the John Wayne, and that's all they can do is speak slang or cowboy or something. it's weird. I don't know what it is. In this movie, they picked this one American actor. He just, and it's not that I'm hating on him at all. It's just he didn't fit the role. His chemistry with the blonde, forget her name again, didn't work. It was tried, it was done, but it was not that good. But that's my opinion. I definitely think Tom Cruise and the person that the Nicole Kidman looked like, that had chemistry, and I think that's more because of the Tom Cruise Nicole Kidman thing. That worked, but there is some things I won't really. Every guy be aware. There's a part that you may just want to go to the bathroom. For all guys, just leave the theater. Leave it at that. Nothing graphic. It's just leave the theater. Trust me. And come back in about 5-10 minutes. You'll be okay. Let's see. Anything else I'm missing? Oh, they play Journey. That one song that Sopranos made famous, the Small Town Girl, Don't Stop Believing. They play this song constantly towards the end. It's just like they play it all the time. Tom Cruise sings it. The two main characters sing it. Everyone sings it. It gets to the point of annoyance. And actually, I think it's a call in America now that this song really was kind of obscure until Sopranos used it. Now it's all back there, and it hasn't died. It's still stayed there because everyone has that dream. And I think it's now it's an opportunity for now to someone find another song that could take its place. I mean, to put it this way, I heard this song play all the time. When's the last time you heard Guns N' Roses' Paradise City? I mean, oh, that's something. In the beginning of the movie, you hear that. Yeah, but there's plenty of good groups out there. I just kind of wish they'd take a break from this Journey song and Don't Stop Believing and find something else to play. That's kind of a request. Just find something else. And it's tough. That's a good song. It's really tough to do. And especially with Sopranos and the background and all that. I mean, I wasn't a huge Sopranos fan, and I did see the end. But it was a good end. But it's now, the song has been so overplayed. Like, from what I understand, most bars, when they close up the night, they always play this song. You go home from commuting with a car, they always, on Fridays especially, always playing this song. From 3 to 3:20 to 4:50 to 5:10, just this song. I'll guarantee you, if you flip radio stations between 3 and 7 o'clock, rush hour on Friday, you're going to hear the song at least twice. At least twice. And that's pathetic. It's time we find something else. But overall, it goes back to the same thing. Tom Cruise saved this movie. Without Tom Cruise, this movie would have sucked. But it was a good fun time. Just take your brain out. Just go have a fun time. Correction, Tom Cruise and Hey-Man saved the movie. Hey-Man actually was the gem in the movie. Tom Cruise was just like Tom Cruise was like the rain, and he was the gem. It was just like, without Tom Cruise, it wouldn't have worked. Let's see, anything else to cover before I run out of time? Oh yeah, and you get to see Tower Records. If you've never seen a Tower Records, you get to see that, what it looked like, and records. It's a cute. Oh, one thing they did touch on is both the guy and the girl got to the lowest points, where the guy was actually in a boy band and the girl was in a strip club. So it goes there. It covers a lot of different generations of songs. But the one thing that is maintained constantly, and really, if you see this movie and you look at today, rock and roll from the 70s on up have stayed the same. In the 90s, we had pop and the weird dress. 2000, it's kind of a blend of that. 2010 now, we're seeing the same blend, just maybe a little sparkle. I think the Jersey Shore actually has more influence than music right now. And but rock and roll, the same style, the same t-shirts, the same everything. Kids today are wearing 80s and 70s rock and roll shirts because they're better, cooler than most of the stuff they produce now in the stores on that. So that's a real testament, and that's just the truth. But anyway, this is Dinosaur. I'm signing off. We'll talk later. Bye.